So, the 2023 Britannia is out, and it's an interesting one because it's going to have the Queen's effigy on it. Also, it's going to have the King's effigy in the new year. So, this is a very interesting step from the Royal Mint. We're going to have a look today, all on the Royal Mint's website and others, to see what it's all about, whether or not it's worth getting, and where you can get it at the best price. Hello everybody, Backyard Bullion here. Now the Royal Mint made an announcement earlier this week about the 2023 Britannia, which is now available on their website and lots of other bullion dealers as well. So we're going to have a quick look through today to see what it's all about, what's happening, because it's got the Queen's effigy on it, which is interesting, and also have a look at some of the different dealers out there and prices, and talk about whether or not it's something we should really be rushing out and buying, because it is different this time. We have here, so this is the kilo version of the silver, which will look incredible, but it's expensive when you factor the VAT into it as well. But it is interesting because we have here the Queen's effigy. Good old Queenie, the last time that she will be on a coin that is a Britannia. Maybe there'll be other coins with the Queen on, and I think there will be. That's part of the issue here. So that's why I'm not saying the last coin with the Queen on, but we have here the last Britannia with the Queen on. Now, the reason I'm saying it's not necessarily the last coin with the Queen on is because I think what's happened is they've already produced a bunch of 2023 coins with the Queen on. Britannias, there's the Harry Potter coins, potentially even the sovereigns as well. We're going to find out more about those later down the line. But you can see here, this is the interesting thing in bold. It says each Britannia 2023 bullion coin featuring the fifth and final effigy of the Queen Elizabeth II has a limited production run. A Britannia coin featuring King Charles will be released in the new year. Now that's really interesting because we'll end up with a 2023 Queen Elizabeth and a 2023 King Charles Britannia, and potentially other coins as well. Now they haven't made this announcement for the Yale, for example, but I would be surprised now if they didn't come out with some 2023 King Charles versions of that as well. It's something I speculated on immediately after the Queen's passing, whether this would happen. And it is now for the Britannia, for sure. We'll see what happens with the other coins out there. I think that they're just trying to essentially cover themselves in the fact that they've made a bunch of these already, and so they don't want to spend money remelting them and reminting them, is my working theory. But I'm not privy to the inner workings of the Royal Mint. It's just quite interesting. Now, for those of you who are interested in these coins, is it something that I think you should go out, rush out and buy right now? Probably not. Now, if you are interested in buying because you were going to buy anyway, and it's a nice thing to have, this is how you find them on the Royal Mint's website, because it's not necessarily the most, obvious way to find it. So you can either go to the shop and then to new, and then if you click on the bullion, some of them will be in that there anyway, but this is all the newest bullion coins. And there you have them. There you can see them there. So the range includes a kilo silver, which we've looked at there, quarter ounce silver. Not really a fan of those sort of fractional silvers, very expensive for their weight. And then you factor in VAT as well. We've got quarter ounce gold, half ounce gold, 10th ounce gold, and then the 1 ounce gold is down here. Now, very interestingly, so 1 ounce gold, you can see here, these are prices from. It's another thing I really hate about the Royal Mint and other dealers as well, because they always say from, and that's if you buy 100 of them. So if you've got £165,000 worth, you can save yourself £20 a coin. But that's, as you can see, from 1653. But then if you buy it in the blister pack, which is here, it's 1615. So you can see there's automatically a good sort of £30, £40 saving, in fact, on buying it in a blister pack. And I would argue this is nicer. For a small limited edition run of these, get it in this blister pack. I think this is a beautiful presentation. It's going to look wonderful. That's pretty much my thoughts on it. I think if you're going to get these anyway, if you've got a Britannia run, if you've got 1 ounce gold Britannias, I know I have, I'm going to be buying this at some point. So I'm going to buy it. In fact, I already have bought this and a few of the other denominations as well. Now, in terms of buying either from the Royal Mint, they've changed this now. I'm just looking. Look, they've changed it. So you saw on this bit here, if we can go back up to where it was, there you go. So it says from 1615.26, but when you go into it, they've changed it. So I got a good deal there. I've saved myself I mean, when I checked out, it wasn't 16.15, it was 16.37 or something like that. So I saved myself 40 quid by getting in right and early. Well, sometimes it pays to keep an eye on the Royal Mint's website. But if you are interested in getting them, can you get them cheaper elsewhere? Often buying from the Royal Mint is more expensive. Now, I'm not sponsored by any of the dealers that we're about to look at here. I've just selected basically all of them that I could find that have got them listed already. Now, bear in mind, this is Thursday morning when I'm filming this video, and that's when it was announced, and a lot of these dealers will probably update their websites across the next 24, 48 hours. But right off the bat, we can see that Chards, one of the very good dealers in the UK, is probably one of the cheapest. So you can get them here. Let's just refresh the page, see if the prices have improved. Gone down a little bit. So 16.24. There is postage on top. I know what Chards are doing in terms of keeping postage separate. But I like to see an all-in price because it makes it a little bit easier when you're comparing it to another dealer. So we've got 16.24 plus 7, so that's 16.31.74 over here on the Atkinson's website, which is another really good go-to dealer that I've used in the past. You can get it for just a little bit more, £3 or £4 more, but that includes postage. If you're buying 2 or more, you get price breaks as you would expect, and again down here to the lowest amounts. Over on some of the other dealers, you can see some of them are, of course, more expensive. So I would argue you need to shop around, make sure that you're getting the best deal possible for what you want to achieve. And of course, there are European companies. This again is just one I've pulled off a Google search from right early doors on Thursday, and the prices vary, 50, 60, 70 pounds a coin depending on where you might be buying from. So factor that in, have a look, see if you're interested. I was going to suggest you buy the Royal Mint Blister Pack coin because it had that really cheap price, but that seems to have changed. So I'm very happy that I've got this price. It's not exactly this one because they've got the price breaks, but that would have been, so if you just take that down 16, it's £40 discount that I've managed to snag there for a nice blister pack. So get into the Royal Mint's website and check it every morning. That's what I say. That's the lessons to be learned here. So am I going to buy any of the silvers? Probably not. I think that they're nice coins for sure. Might get 1 or 2 to show off on the channel. I've lost them again. You'd think here, you're in the Bullion section of their website, it would have them listed, but they don't. So you have to go back here to the shop, go to new, click on Bullion, and then it's there. I just wish the Royal Mint would get it done a little bit better. So we've got here the quarter ounce silvers. They're going to be very expensive. 10th ounce silvers, again, are going to be very expensive for their weight in silver. We've got 1 ounce silvers here. So let's have a look at what the price is going to be. Now, the Royal Mint doesn't put the VAT on this price here. So you might be looking at this thinking that's a pretty good price. But of course, when you basically increase that by 20%, so £28.72 times 1.2, £34.46. You might even have to pay for some shipping on top of that from the Royal Mint as well. So again, you're looking at £35 a coin. It's pretty much double spot price for a Britannia. And I don't think that's a good deal. I honestly don't, especially when you see them, maybe not the 2022s and 2023s, but there will be some in a few years for sale on second-hand markets for essentially £25 a coin is pretty much where they'll be, depending on spot price, of course. So from my perspective, silver is a miss if you're outside the UK. If you're in the US, they're a pretty cool coin. One thing that I will say to close out this video, if you are thinking this is going to be a hot coin to buy because of this simple fact there's going to be 2 monarchs on a 2023 Britannia, then I would advise caution because, yes, it's going to be nice, and I think there is potentially some premium growth to be had in these coins because they will be limited. They will be the last Britannia with the Queen on. I don't think that they are going to go through the roof. I think at best you're going to get maybe a 10% bump on the value. If you're buying a gold version, I'm going to talk about the gold versions because in my opinion, the silver versions are really not a competitive price point. But if you're going to buy the gold version here at £1,673, at best, on a retail market, maybe in a year's time when they've stopped production and there are people who really want them, you might get 10% more than that if you're lucky. So 1670 times 10%, you're probably going to get maybe 1,800. It's an £1,800 coin. I've seen other bullion coins with interest and nice designs go for that amount. but I think it's a stretch. And if you're expecting and demanding and wanting higher returns on bullion coins, then I think that's going to be a bit of a disappointment. But what I will say is that if you are going to be buying Britannias anyway, and you're going to be buying gold Britannias, then this is a great additional thing to have within the range. And I would say it's great. Personally, I think the 2022 bullion sovereigns are better and nicer. Now, these are currently awaiting stock. I think I saw some flash up, though, on the Raw Mints website. So perhaps check those out. So there we have the new Britannias for 2023. I think it's interesting. I think we are in an interesting time to be alive for coins, and there's certainly some benefits to be had for these if you're going to get them. But I'd love to know what you think. Please do feel free to comment down below in this video if you have got them, if you're going to get them. If you were lucky like me and got in nice and early and managed to snag some of these blister pack coins at their mistaken price points, then let me know. It'd be great to hear from you. And thank you if you're a backyard bullion rambler. If you've been listening to the back end of my videos, you're a member of the Cool Kids Club, and I really, really do appreciate you watching to this point. Otherwise, that is it from me. A big thank you to you all for watching. We'll see you on the next one. And as always, please make sure that you like, share, comment, and subscribe for more.